Hi YouTube. I got my candle burning. I got my incense going. For those of you who don't know, in the suburbs you guys have Febreze. In the ghetto we have incense. Same difference, but it's just a cultural. I get mine from Pookie on the corner. You get yours from Walmart. So that's the way it goes. But today, oh Lord, life in the ghetto is so rough. If it's not one thing, it's another. I just needed to talk to somebody, and I said, well, either I'm going to sit up in this house and talk to myself, or I can appear a little bit saner by doing a rant for YouTube. Here's the situation. I received a $1,288 electric bill from Department of Water and Power. I live in a studio apartment in the ghetto. So that should be like 10 years worth of my light bill. In my previous place, my light bill was about $10 a month. So $120 a year. So $1,288, that's like, I don't know, 10 years worth of electric bill. So I contacted the electric company. Oh, and guys, I get a low income rate because I'm broke. But, so I contacted the electric company. I'm like, got this $1,288 bill. We need to figure out what happened here because this is ridiculous. And they're like, well, you must have really been watching your TV. And I'm like, no. I have to go through all these processes to get an investigation. Thought I had an investigation going on, but evidently not. And they said, while we're doing that whole process, you need to pay this bill. I'm like, well, I don't have $1,300, so I need to make payment arrangements. And I'm like, okay with this as long as I can get some payment arrangements, because I know I didn't use $1,300 worth of electricity. So I had to come up with $500, which was like pulling teeth, selling a grandchild, and hawking the family car. All of that I had to do. I had to really hustle to come up with $500, and they said I had to make this $500 payment, and then I had to come up with an additional $100 plus whatever my bill was. So pay $100 a month plus whatever my electric bill was, which is due every couple of months. And I'm like, well, this is going to be tough, but they're going to do the investigation. We're going to find out what happened, and I'm going to have to struggle through this because, I live in the ghetto, and stuff like this happens in the ghetto. You're like, well, how could that happen? Well, there's a couple of circumstances. Say somebody's gone into the enterprise of growing marijuana. Some people, they want to, improve their quality of life, go into business. Marijuana is legal in the state of California. Somebody's got to grow it. But people tend to like to grow it indoors under electric lights. So that's one thing. Then the landlord could be using my electricity, instead of paying his own bill, he could be using my electricity. But $1,300 is a whole lot. So I've never even heard of that. So I'm like, okay, we just got to find out what happened. Find out who, what, whatever, and get me out of this mess. Also, while I was doing all that, I did apply for a program to get low energy appliances for people who are poor. I'm poor, guys. I don't have anything really. So they will come in and give you low energy appliances so you can make sure your utility bills are reasonable, and that's at no cost because Department of Water Power is the city of Los Angeles. So that's a program that is designed so that poor people can afford to pay their utilities. So I did all that, and after I got the payment in, Department of Water and Power came in and shut my stuff off. Yes, they did. I was making the payments, current with all of that. They're supposed to be investigating what's going on, but no, they don't do that. Instead of investigating what goes on, they just shut my stuff out. Right? I think like 2 days after I made the payment 2 days early, and they shut my lights off. On the day that the payment was due. So they already had the payment, already cashed the check, all of that, shut my stuff off. So all I could do at that point in the dark was send them out a letter and say, hey, I was current with the terms that we made, and you shut my stuff off. You need to turn my stuff back on. It took them a month to turn my electric lights back on. So the whole time I'm in the dark. I have no refrigerator. My costs went up astronomically because I'm having to eat out. I lost all my food from the refrigerator. You know, I tried to eat what I could in a couple of days, but, you know, basically lost. And I'm a sale shopper, you guys know, so I stock up so that I can live a little better food-wise than I would if I were just going to the grocery store every week. So when things are on sale, I try to get them and everything. Lost all that, and now I'm at current prices. Can't afford to go out and get it. Gave all my money to the electric company. It's a mess, right? So I was cleaning the refrigerator in the dark. I went out and bought, there again, I had to spend money, went out and bought some stuff to disinfect the refrigerator, and I was cleaning in the dark. And when I got my lights back on a month later, in the crevices that I couldn't see in the dark, so my refrigerator is in a place that doesn't get light, not even in the daytime. So in the crevices that I couldn't see, there's black mold. So my refrigerator's gone. I have no refrigerator. I'm out my $500. The electric company didn't do their investigation, obviously, because they didn't even know that I was current on my payment plan. And then when they turned the lights back on, they immediately hit me with a balloon payment talking about, we need you to pay all this money. And I'm like, you're supposed to be investigating. Well, while the lady was turning the lights on, turning my lights on, she's like, the lights for the building are going through your electric unit. So this building is being lit from your unit. So I'm like, okay, y'all need to check on that. Then point number 2, the landlord then has somebody come out, his own electrician, VJ Electric, come out, and he then states to me, well, they're doing construction downstairs and they only have 100 watts of electricity, which isn't enough because I live over a store and it's a huge store. So so they have been tapping into your electricity in order to do that. And I'm like, okay. So obviously I'm a poor person. That's why I live over a store. You know, that's not the idea. That's not the American dream, you know. So I can't afford to pay the electric bill for a huge store. The store downsized is about the size of a drugstore, and they are, times are hard in the ghetto, so they're doing construction, redoing the whole thing, and all that power equipment and everything. I noticed it stopped after my electricity went off, but you know, they haven't been working on anything because I guess they don't have enough juice without me being able to pay the bill. And not only that, my electric box was falling off the wall because people were tapping into it, untapping into it, tapping into it. I don't even know how many people have been tapping into my thing, and I'm just so stressed out. You guys, I'm just completely stressed out over the things that are the norm in the ghetto. I mean, things you don't expect. I was telling some people from my church about this, and my church is my old neighborhood, Manhattan Beach, and they're like, huh? I can't believe that could happen. I think I mean, the stuff that happens to me, I don't hear of it happening to anybody else.